first and foremost, spending time with my son, let me just say it's very enjoyable, you know, and not even from the point of view of what he's getting out of it, but what I get out of it. I mean, he's a lot of fun. He's the coolest kid. He says the funniest things. He's got a great sense of humor. So first and foremost, I get a lot of pleasure out of it. But I think also for him, you know, as a dad, spending time with him is really about instilling values and giving him and showing him an example of, you know, what grown-up looks like. And hopefully when he gets to that age, he'll be able to make the right decisions. But more than that, I think it's about creating bond. At the end of the day, you know, that bond, that friendship is the most vital thing for life. You know, being able to say, yeah, my dad is my, you know, he's my friend. I can get to hang out with him. I can get to tell him anything. I think for so many parents, even in my generation growing up, you know, there were things you couldn't tell your parents just because there was that distance, you know. But hanging out with them kind of just tells them, you know what, this guy, I can be able to talk to him, I can be able to bring up stuff to him, and hopefully that helps create a greater man or a better man. First and foremost, let me say that I've been blessed, like overly blessed, with male mentor type figures in my life. One of the things I think that I've done is I've actively sought them throughout my life. You know, from my basketball coach in high school, you know, who one day I asked him, I mean, why'd you ride me so much, you know? And, you know, I mean, he was always on my case, always trying to push me. And he told me something so amazing, and he said, you know, the day I don't stop riding you, that's the day you should be worried, because it means you have nothing more to give. You know, being able to have that kind of feedback on life, perspective. I remember another basketball mentor of mine who told me life is like basketball. And he tried to show me the correlation between life and basketball. And, you know, he'd tell me, you know, the devil's trying to steal your joy. And so you've got to defend. You know, if you miss a shot, if you miss an opportunity, you have to go in for your rebound and try and get it again. Don't just give up just because you missed the shot. And you know, told me about losing and winning and teamwork and just so many life lessons from there. So I really feel a mentor allows you to learn about life through their life, allows you to look at the things that you're going through from a different lens, through their eyes. I remember one of my mentors during a very, very, very tough time. And he told me something that was so mind-blowing, because I went to him and I'm like, man, things are so thick, I'm struggling. I feel like I could die. And then he told me, Kanjii, things are gonna get worse. That was the best thing anyone could have told me. Because it's like, you've absorbed as much as you've absorbed now, you can absorb more, you know. And he told me things are gonna, in fact, he was like, things are gonna get much worse, you know. You know, for a man, you know, we respond to such challenges very interestingly, you know. So being able to challenge younger men, I think that's such a powerful thing for a mentor. And be able to tell you, you can do way more than you're doing right now. So I think that for me has just been something that's extremely valuable, receiving from, you know, mentorship. Obviously there is looking at your life, at your gifts, and seeing things that you don't even see about yourself and calling them out, and basically saying, you know, you can be a great this, you know, you can be a great that. Go out and do it. I see it in you, and being able to call out that greatness in them. So, and to be honest, the greatness of a young man can only be brought out by another man. I think at my early age, as a child, I'd probably say my mentor was my dad, because he was the only older figure who was spending time with me. The rest were my peers, were my friends. I think as I got to high school and started actively looking for those other guys who, those people who I admired, and it wasn't so much so of, hey, can you mentor me, but more of, I want to watch your life. I want to ask you questions. I'm a notorious question asker. I'm always asking questions, always trying to learn. And I think at that point when I discovered the value of older men in my life, I've always sought them out. In terms of, making the right decisions, I think being a third eye for them. I think of some of the, guys that I mentor, and, being able to have a third eye and looking and seeing what people are trying to accomplish, and maybe a wrong turn that they've taken or something different that they could be doing, is something that I try and do with anyone that I'm mentoring. And even something that I do with my son, because I've got such an insight into him, because I'm seeing him from outside. So I can see you struggle with this, or you're lazy here, or you should do that even if you don't like doing it. It's important, and be able to hopefully inspire him to do those things. Hey, yo, man. My name's Kanjii Mbugua, and take time to mentor your son. Come out for the Mentenda ManCamp. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be there with my boy, and hopefully my dad will try and do a generational thing right there. So come out and let's have fun, man. One love.